All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Bullets29 Gaming. My name is Bullets29. We are going to do a little bit of a session today for our good old Echo. A little bit more in depth of what's going on. Some of you don't know what has happened, a little bit more in depth of certain things. And what we're going to do for this episode today is we're going to kind of bring that full swing. Sorry, that was my Twitch notification on my phone going off. Mobile desktop. No. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do that session today. It's gonna have only 2 members today. It's gonna have Deadleaf, who plays Echo, and Miss Scarlet, who is played by our one and only Curly. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to go here in a second. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Rogue Energy, AK Racing, and Dubby Energy. Make sure you check out those links and make sure you check them out. If you use the promo code Bullets29, you will get 10 to 15% off. Yes, that's correct. 10 to 15% off your purchase. When it comes to purchasing those items. So let's make sure everything else is ready to go and everything else is set up. We're gonna go ahead and jump on over here in just a second, and we'll see you here in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Make sure everything's good to go on my side. It looks like everything's good to go. It looks like everything is set up and ready to go. If Miss Curly, if you'd like to let everyone notify them about the stream, we'll go ahead and get going here in just a second, and we'll kick off our session for today on our 101 special edition of the Bullets29 Gaming Order of the Wolf. All right. All right, everyone's in place. Everyone's ready to go, and let's go ahead and kick this off. We're gonna go ahead and jump on over to our screen. We're gonna go ahead and take our image off, and everyone should see. And they should be able to see everything that's going on the screen right now. So let's go ahead and take that off, and yeah, okay, we should be good to go. So we are going to essentially do this in a way, just make sure everyone understands. Here's one important thing that I do want to make sure everyone is aware. It's going. Okay, there it goes. All right. One of the things that I do want to make sure everyone's aware, is this session is going to be a little bit unique. I have been ever since Curly and Miss Echo have brought this forward to me. I've had a little bit more of a one-on-one session or a little one-on-one talk with Echo. I do take my characters and my players very seriously when it comes to what they're looking for or what they want to do. Sometimes they kind of need a little bit more of a bigger direction given, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. It's not something that to look down upon. Sometimes people want to get a little bit more in tuned with things. And over time, people can, if you don't in tune with them on a regular basis, can start kind of having some issues. One of the things that I do want to make sure, and this is going to be directly towards you, Curly, and you, Deadleaf. Okay? Mm-hmm. So pay attention very closely. Today's session, I am not the driver. Okay? Yep. One of the things I want you all to understand, and even my viewers that are watching, this part here will be solely driven by these two characters. I'm going to help guide them and push them through, but this is solely on them. This is not something that is something where somebody can just easily just go and do whatever like, okay, I'm going to do this session or this part or this part. It doesn't work like that. Okay, this session right here is going to be very crucially important because it's not like other spirit walks that I've done before, and that's something that I was thinking about when it was brought up to me, is how am I going to do this? This is the best way that I can think of, because there's two people involved in a spirit walk. This whole session is going to be driven off of you two. Okay. I will be able to answer questions. I will be able to do things. I'll have you guys roll and do other stuff, and I'll set up the scene. But the interactions, conversations, and everything else like that happen between you two and you two alone. I want you both to understand that you drive this. What you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. Okay? But I will step in and I will help where I can to paint the picture to get you guys in the right direction. Okay. Do both of you agree?
I do agree.
Deadleaf?
Does that also count? Does that also count with no Thois?
If it happens, so one of the things that's going to happen is that because you guys are driven this, I will let you know that there's little planned in this session, and the reason why is because of that exact reason. You two are the ones driving this. Now, can I have Thois come into it if the scene dictates it, or if I feel like it's going to get you in a direction where you need to go, then yes, Thois will appear, and Thois will be there. Thois will be in this episode. I will say that.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where I want to make sure both of you understand you're the ones, and I can't stress it enough, I've already said it a lot already, you two are the ones that are driving this scene or this series, the episode. Okay. So you guys can do what you want and do what you need to do for what you want to do, At the same time, understand that I will jump in where I need to, or I will kind of direct you where I need to. But for the most part, it's you guys. Dialogue's going to be really important and crucial for this. Okay? And setting up the scenes and things like that. Okay? So I will set up the scenes for you. I'll have other NPC characters in there as well along the way. But for the most part, it's going to be you guys. Okay?
All right.
So.
Sounds fun.
I just want to make sure you both are aware of that. For those of you that are watching at home, hello, Monique Blue. Nice to see you. Monique Blue. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. It's going to be depending on you two. I can't stress that enough. Okay? Echo, this is going to be directed towards you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is for you.
Yep.
Okay? I want you fully invested and fully determined in what you're wanting and what your purpose and your mission is for this scene or for this walk. Okay? So,
yep.
Just bear that in mind. Are there any questions before we begin?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay. So, at this point in time, you guys have both returned back from where you were with Manaxus from the cathedral. Okay.
Eris?
Yeah, from Eris, yeah. You've made it back to the town of Irithlon. Okay?
After me and Rayla got hit. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Okay. It's nighttime. Okay. From the steps, Scarlet, you and Thois walk up and return to your chambers. Echo, you start to walk back to the main castle, where the castle was at. You start making your way towards that direction, and I'm going to get you guys in that correct section. That should be, I believe, this one. No, should be this one here. Yep, this one here. This one right here. Okay. So you return back, and you're here. Okay. And you are making your way back. Rayla is off doing her thing. Manaxus has returned to the library, as always. And Scarlet and Thois have retired up to the top, or to their chamber. So as it sits right now, you both see the screen right now on VTT. Echo, you were right here. Okay. You make it back into the cathedral, or back to the palace, and start making your way through. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
Who are you directing this to?
Echo is the one deciding.
Okay.
You're off in the room with Thois.
Okay.
See if there's anyone who knows like black magic and the town to kind of help her a bit more understand like exactly what she needs to do.
You got to be more specific on this one. So you're coming through the main hallway right here, where you are right now. All you see around you are guards. So, from the palace, what do you want to do?
She's gonna head into the kitchen.
Okay. I'm gonna have to turn you up because I can barely hear you, my dear.
I just realized my mic was put out. So she wants to walk to the kitchen.
Okay. You want to walk to the kitchen?
Yep.
Okay. You walk into the kitchen. You see the kitchen staff have done their thing. They have essentially finished for the day. Some time has gone by.
Okay.
Sorry, somebody messaged me. And are cleaning up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I want to walk over. Like, do I see kind of like a main type of cook anywhere?
Yes, you do.
She wants to walk up to them.
Okay, you walk up to them.
Do you mind if I use your kitchen? I'll clean up every mess I make. I just wanted to make a certain type of meal.
Oh, my dear Echo. It's not a problem at all. We just finished for the day. If you want to, you're more than happy to use our facilities if you like. Is there anything you need in particular?
I'll make do with what you guys have.
You sure?
Yes, of course.
Kind of looks at you a little bit. Notices that there's a little bit of a worried look on you. I want you to roll insight for me.
It's intimidation. There it is.
Insight, not intimidation. Insight.
8.
Okay. So you notice that there's something's off. Kind of looks at you and he goes, "You're right.
Yes, I'm okay.
You sure? It seemed like you're not all here."
Be okay. Thank you for worrying, though.
He looks at you. And he looks down at the ground. He goes, "Were you there when it happened in Croatia?"
The battle?
I
You have
lost
to be
my
more
son.
specific.
He was my only son. All I had left.
What was his name?
Thomas.
Alright. How exactly did he pass?
He was guarding the walls. And starts walking over to the other side of the kitchen where you're at. And he grabs a carving, a figurine carving out of wood. And he walks back up to you and he goes, "You made this for me. Carved it when he was on the line." You see a lady walk into the kitchen from the other side. And he comes up, or she comes up, kind of puts her arm around his shoulders. They look at each other. "Come, my dear. I know. It's been a long day. But you mustn't blame yourself. The dark evil is the one that took him. Not your lack of not truly showing how much you love him. He looks down. told him I hated him. That's why he ran away and joined the army. I never said those words. Come. Let Echo eat in peace. The two of them start to walk off away from the kitchen. And I want you to do something for me. I want you to roll a perception check for me.
I'm rolling horrible tonight, 6.
Oh boy. Okay. You notice something on the robe of the lady that stands out very noticeably. And you remember it from somewhere recently. We're going to jump back to you in just a second. We're going to jump up to Thois and Scarlet.
Okay.
Scarlet, you walk into the room and you see Thois standing on the balcony. It's starting to rain now outside. It's starting to storm. It's that time of year where storms are a big deal. And the weather is unpredictable, but it's raining outside. You walk through the doors, you go clean up, and you walk back out, and you see Thois standing on the balcony. With a worrisome look on his face.
My light of my life. You seem so worried. Come inside. It's getting wet. It's gonna start. It's raining. Come inside and talk to me. What's going on?
Thois turns around, starts walking to you. He sits down at the desk, pulls out a map that you recognize. It's a map of the realm. I'm worried. I'm worried for Echo. Something's not right.
I have noticed that as well, the light of my life.
She's a crucial piece. As he looks at you. You won't defeat Baron by yourself. You can't. But I feel with her not knowing who she is, not knowing her direction, most importantly, not able to harness her true capacity or true abilities or her true potential.
I understand, light of my life. I was actually thinking of tomorrow gonna train her maybe with the druidic ways and see if she can listen to nature and see if she can find that true self to start. Plus, she also told me that she also knows a way how we can get rid of the dark marks that's attached to us.
I see. He looks down again, scratches his head, his forehead, reaches down, starts to peck Kiara on the head. Still with that worrisome look on his face.
Is there something else bothering you? You can tell me. I mean, for better or for worse.
know my time is coming near. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Not at all. He reaches up to your face, cuffs your cheek in his hand, and goes, and I know you're not either.
No, this is true. I am not ready to leave you, and I'm not ready to let you go either. But I understand this is what you really need.
He looks down. He looks back up at you again. He goes, I might have one way. I might be able to help. Get Echo back. A sense of purpose and direction.
Yes. I haven't also, myself, I haven't been... I've really slacked with her.
Well, I have an idea.
Oh.
He gets up. He goes, I must go. But I shall return. I won't be gone for long.
Okay, cause I was thinking one thing, before you depart, if I may.
Yes.
Would it be a terrible idea to defeat Lord Baron? Would it not be wise to ask the Druid clans and Korothia to help? Or are they too distraught?
I think the open invitation would not be a bad idea. My dear. Puts his other hand on the other side of your cheek as he runs his fingers through your hair. Put your hair over your ears. There's choices there. They must choose.
I understand. But are you sure nothing else is bothering you?
In time.
Okay. I just hope it's not something I did.
No, my dear, no. You did nothing. Nothing at all.
Alright, well, when you go, be safe, my love. Will Kiara come with you?
He looks back at Kiara. No. No, she's gonna stay here with you to keep you safe. I won't be gone long.
Okay. Be safe, my love. If I may, before you go, one last teeny tiny request.
He looks at you, and I want you to roll. Persuasion.
Okay. 12.
Okay. He looks at you and he goes, yes.
I give him a goodbye kiss on the lips, a very deep one, before he goes.
Okay. He pulls back
Don't miss me too
afterwards.
much.
Afterwards, and he goes, you know, you didn't have to ask.
It's always fun to tease you.
He pops you on the nose with his finger. And he gives you
I wink at him back.
gives you a quick pop on the nose, and then he kind of gives you a quick kiss on the forehead. He walks towards the door, and he makes his way towards the door. Opens it, turns back, looks at you, and closes the door. We're gonna jump back down to Echo.
She's BRB.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I have a potential idea.
What?
Well, if Thois is gonna go, I'm just thinking maybe I could maybe
Food?
go.
Go ahead. Well, he's gone. So what did you want to do
Okay.
while he was gone?
I was thinking. Now I'm assuming she's got the Druid Stone this time with her. She doesn't have to go looking for it.
Okay.
No, she doesn't have to go looking for it.
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
I think that leaves back.
1 second. My computer
yeah.
crashed, so I'm just launching
Oh,
it
okay.
back up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna maybe ask if Kiara wanted to come with me and Khaleesi if she is also there, and to go find Echo.
Hey, Bullets.
Yes.
I'm about to join on my PC. Can you drag me back?
Yes.
Alright, I'm sorry about that.
You're fine. All right. So you're here. All right. So we're gonna jump back down to you. Okay.
Yep.
So, real quickly. Sorry, I gotta get a drink of water. You're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
From the kitchen, you all of a sudden start to see a light. A light that's coming from the hallway. It's not a candlelight, not a torch, nothing like that. It's a white light. Okay? As it comes around the corner, you all of a sudden start to hear this. At this point, this light turns the corner and it's standing in front of you. And in front of you is a celestial being. But it's not the celestial form that you were thinking. It's Thois standing in front of you in a celestial form. And he is starting to have a conversation with you at this point in time. Echo.
Yes.
You've lost your way. You must find your purpose. You must find who you are. You're a princess, a rightful ruler, a strong and independent person, and a strong warrior. And you must harness that ability. You must find your way back to who your heart is. You are a dragonborn. A fighter. A warrior. Strong. Remember, at this point, you start to see two other lights beside you, or beside him, start to appear off the corner of your eye. And you see them walking towards the hallway, from the hallway, towards into the kitchen. and those lights start to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And pretty soon, standing before you is your mother and your father, side by side, embracing each other. The rulers of the Dragonborn Kingdom standing in front of you. What do you do?
Echo just starts to tear up some and just goes and hugs her parents.
Okay. You start to approach your parents. We come forward. Your mom comes up and tells you with a gentle voice, yeah. She tells you in a very gentle and calming voice, Echo, I know it is hard. I know it is a long journey, and I know you are struggling like none other. I know you seem lost. You don't know your sense of direction or purpose. You are a child, Echo. You're our child. We've always loved you. Your father steps forward. I know you have it in you, Echo. I know you do. You're a princess. Start acting like one. Know that we love you so very much. Know that your fathers, my father, his father before him, your ancestors. He walks up to you, puts his hand on your chest, and goes, lives in you. Be strong. Stand strong in your beliefs. Be firm. Fight hard. And understand that I am always close by. You're not in this alone. Echo. Ironblade. You are a warrior. A fighter. Your mom looks at him and looks back at you. Just like your father. And my father before me. you do?
You said I should start acting like a princess. What exactly do you mean by that?
You're gonna have hard decisions to make. Stand by your decisions. Be strong in your decisions. Be firm, but compassionate. And know that we are always going to help guide you, just like my father did before me.
I'm supposed to learn how to harness my power, though.
You will. M1, you will. You're not Iron Blade. You can't harness it. But you're an Iron Blade. That I know is true. You're my daughter. Maiden Shield. Fighter. A warrior at heart. You must channel that anger. Fight anger with compassion. Fight strength, sadness with strength. Fight fear with courage. That is how you harnessed it.
But Father, what if I lose control? What if I hurt someone?
You won't. We'll be with you every step of the way. All you have to do is believe. Believe. My dear Echo, you've questioned your decisions from day one. We've watched you. I know it's hard.
Voice chimes in.
Echo, I know the journey that you have done has been long. And others might think you are weak. But I know you. And I know the Iron Blades. The Iron Blades are true warriors. True fighters. Who lead. Lead by courage and strength and compassion.
At this point, Echo, you see a figure appear on the side of the door. You turn and look at it, and there before you, you see Scarlet with Kiara, who has transformed into her celestial form, and Khaleesi sitting next to her. Thois looks back at you, Scarlet, and Scarlet, you see Thois in his celestial form with two Dragonborn entities in front of you, and you don't know who they are, but they're entities in front of you. And Thois looks back at you and smiles. He turns back around, and he comes back and looks at he looks back at you, Echo. There are those who are true fighters who will teach you, show you the way. Show you the way of a fighter. Show you the way of strength and courage, knowledge. We'll get you there. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I will admit I slightly missed a little bit of the details. So the figure that Echo saw was me?
No, yes. You come around the hallway because you were looking for her. You come around the hallway and you see Thois in celestial form.
Yep.
You see two entities in front of him in celestial form that are looks like to be dragonborn. Thois turns around, looks at you, and smiles. And beside you, Kiara has transformed into her celestial form as well. So that right now there are four entities that are in their celestial form: Thois, Kiara, and these two individuals.
I look at Scarlet. Scarlet,
Yes.
these are my parents.
Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you, Your Majesties. And I do a little curtsy to them. It's a true honor to meet your daughter. She has been exceptional. And she's been there for me quite along the way. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think I could have been through a lot of things with her. It's finally nice to meet her parents. You as her parents.
And while you're doing this, there's another individual that walks into the room. Echo, it is the cook that you talk to.
Fine.
It's the cook. The cook walks up, looks at Thois, looks at Kiara, at Scarlet, and then looks at you, Echo. Thois looks at him. Now, Scarlet, you see this, and Echo, you see this. The cook looks at Thois. Thois takes his head and nods. The cook puts his head down, turns around, and takes his necklace, takes it off. And you hear him mumble under his breath, "This is for you, Tony. This is for you, Thomas. For you." He lays it on the ground, takes a step back, and all of a sudden, this light cylinder appears from this necklace. And standing before you in floating celestial form is Prince Baron.
Echo. My dear Echo. I know you probably hate me right now for what happened to your parents. And I know you might not have all the answers you are looking for. But there is one thing I can give you.
He steps forward to you, Echo. He lays a hand on you. And all of a sudden, you feel this energy rush in to your body. As it rushes in, you fall to your knees, and then finally to your hands and knees. Prince Baron takes a step back. And he goes,
I know you've been struggling. Echo. I know the fight is not on the battlefield, but in your mind and in your heart. I hope I can help guide you in the ways of the true magic arts.
as he says this, he turns to you, Scarlet.
As I should have done for my niece long ago. And for that, I am sorry, Scarlet.
Uncle, it's okay. I've already forgiven you already. Because I truly understand that there's still good in you. Don't ever apologize anymore. I fully forgive you.
The war is not over yet. The battle is still yet to come. But it is far more closer than you think.
Prince Baron, if I may ask, one more little question, if I may. Do you recognize these marks that both Echo and I share? We understand that okay, I'm saying this out of character. Am I allowed to say the proper name?
Yes, you may.
Okay. For Lord Midrir, did I say it right?
Midrir.
Midrir? Okay.
Midrir.
Midrir, okay. I'm trying.
You're right. They are roles. Midrir.
Yeah. With Lord Midrir, my dear, my dearest uncle, is there any, Echo was saying there's a way to get them off. Do you recognize it at all?
He looks at you.
It's the mark. The true order.
Did you do a perception check for me real quick?
Who?
Both of you.
Okay.
I got 13.
Wow, 21.
Well, what was that a couple of rolls ago?
I know, right?
So, you both look closely. Echo, you noticed it when he turned around. Scarlet, you noticed it when he was facing Echo. Okay? On the back of the neck, you notice the same mark.
You have it as well.
He is royalty, Echo. It
Like
makes
I
me
said,
wonder.
it is the mark. The true order. Those who are able to withstand the dark power, as a consequence, receive this mark.
Scarlet, I need you to roll a history check for me real quick.
9.
You say 9?
9, yeah.
Okay. Looking back, when you saw your father in human form, you noticed the mark on him too.
So Uncle Baron, so you're saying that this is a genetic? It's genetic?
No, my dear.
From a distance, you hear a sound. That sounds very, very familiar to all of you. And at this point in time, you see each other. Do you guys feel a power inside of you? A very, very deep power. All of a sudden come out from you guys. You hear. Gotta find it. Is. Here we go. You hear the howling of wolves in the background. Your eyes begin to change. Scarlet, you are transformed into your wolf form. Echo, for the first time in Dragonborn and in history of all D&Ds I've ever done with any kind of Dragonborn, and I don't know if it's D&D related, but I'm kind of expanding a little bit. You all of a sudden start to float into the air and start to get wings on the side of you. Before you, Scarlet, Lois has transformed into a wolf. Echo, your parents have transformed into two great dragons. Lois, Kiara are side by side. Khaleesi is next to you, Scarlet. In front of you, Lord Baron. Lord Baron has transformed into something that you have seen before, Scarlet. Many times before. You saw it as a child. You saw it as when you've experienced certain situations, in difficult situations. Stories of when Drax was with you. As a kid, you saw this from a distance, that is. It was one of your ancestral spirits. You didn't realize it was this. Lord Baron, or Prince Baron, has transformed into a white unicorn stallion. And he rears up into the air. And you, Thois, and Kiara, Scarlet and Thois howl. And Khaleesi howl in the night sky. Echo, you and your parents roar along with Kiara. Your parents, Echo, fly out, following Prince Baron out, and Thois follows suit. What do you two do?
I look at Echo.
Just
And
remember, you are in your forms right now.
Yeah. So I was gonna say I kind of look at Echo in her form. I kind of take a quick glance at everybody. Kind of give a nod as if getting ready to attack with all the power we have, or at least in Scarlet's case. And growls at him too.
Okay. What do you do, Echo?
I follow my parents.
Okay, you follow your parents. Scarlet, what do you do? Scarlet.
I know. So he's coming at us, correct?
Who?
I thought you said Lord Baron was.
No, Prince Baron has transformed into a white unicorn stallion.
Oh my god. I'm
and has
confused.
ran out the door along with Echo's parents and sorry, I'm trying to find a map.
Wait.
And Thois, along with Kiara.
Oh. I'm sorry, I totally misunderstood that. I'm a little out of it brain.
You're fine.
No.
So I stare at Khaleesi. Khaleesi's still with me though, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Khaleesi is
So
still with you, yes.
Okay. So I'll nod at Khaleesi then. And dash with Khaleesi and follow
Okay.
them.
Okay. Do you follow suit? You are, and you follow it as well. So you all get to right here. Okay. So right now you have ahead of you you hear this as you start to dash, and you look ahead of you, Scarlet, and you see Prince Baron looking back at you. His eyes a certain color, one that resembles something very close to you, that of your father's eyes. and you guys follow this trail. Okay, you're following this trail to a certain point. And as you journey through trying to find where you're going to, you finally come to a point where, sorry, I'm trying to find where it went. Where is it at? Over here, I know it is. So as you're traveling, you start to get a sense of power, sense of yes. Is this it? Oops. Go back. No, I lost it. Here it is. There it is. All right. Is this one right? Where's it at? Is it this one? Yes, this one right here. You get to this point. Right here. You are at a river crossing. And you come to this point right here. So, what do you guys do?
So he's over the river, correct?
No. I'm going to use No-No's character, so just FYI. So this is not No-No. Okay. This right here, that is Prince Baron. Okay. Zugar's and actually no, we'll use, Zugar and Darren's characters here are Echo's parents.
I don't see any of that.
See
What?
all of it.
I know. Hold on. I'm getting there.
Oh,
You don't see it?
no, I only see Scarlet right now on my screen.
Oh.
It might be yours because I see all the characters.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
let me
Echo's
try.
right next to you, Scarlet. And then I have her parents besides Echo, and Prince Baron is ahead in unicorn stallion form at the river.
Okay, hold on. I'm re-logging in. There we go. Okay, now I see it.
Okay.
That's a lovely map.
Thank you. So, what do you guys do?
Okay, so No is Prince Baron. The other two are Echo's parents.
Correct.
Okay.
Khaleesi and Kiara are currently behind Thois.
Uncle, are you trying to cross here? Is this the pathway to the other side for you? So you could be at peace?
The journey is for you to take, my child. Not for me. You, Echo, must cross this river. And you must do so as one. Mind, body, and spirit.
Thois comes up to you. And he looks at you and he says this very clearly to you, Scarlet, in a way that lets you know how serious this is, okay? and he tells you,
She must do this on her own.
In light of my life, I'll let her do that.
Echo, your parents come up and they stand in front of you and right next to you as well. And they go,
You must become one. One with your surroundings. You must find peace inside in order for you to truly understand your abilities and your magic.
Gonna
You must
get across the river.
You must focus on those that you love, and those that you care about. You must harness your ability, becoming one and flowing with it. You're trying to control it too much, my dear. You must understand, Echo, that this is only just the beginning of you understanding your full potential. Who you are. You're an Iron Blade, and my daughter. Never forget that.
so your parents step aside. Lord Baron, well, Prince Baron, is in front of you. And he walks up to you. And he lets you know something very informational for you.
Echo, you must become one with this river. Do not fight it. Do not try to control it. But instead, flow with it. Only then can you truly be one with the river.
What do you do?
So Echo decides to try to cross the river, but she takes all of their advice into consideration and like thinks about the people who she wants to do this for, and also just tries to kind of flow with the river like Baron said.
Okay, so I need you to roll an athletics check for me. We're going to be doing a series of athletics checks. Just for those of you who are watching, this is going to be a little bit confusing for people. But I want people to understand there's a certain reason to behind all of this stuff. It's important for not only Echo or Echo's character at this point in time, but it's also important for the storyline of how things have gone for Echo. The reason why we do a series of rolls is because it's to one, get things a little bit more intense, but also to make things not just like bleh kind of thing. Typically, if I was just playing as a DM, I would just have them cross the river. But this is a spirit walk. I want her to get to the point where it builds her character. I want to make sure her character comes in tune with her. So that's why we're going to be doing a series of rolls. So Echo, you're taking your first step. As you take your step, you slip, You stumble, but you catch yourself as you fall to the face. Scarlet, what do you want to do as soon as you see her fall? Scarlet. Curly.
Sorry,
Oh,
I was muted.
sorry,
I
you're
was
fine.
coughing a bit. I
You're fine.
apologize.
You see her
I
slip
was-
and fall on her hands and knees in the water. What do you do?
I
She's gonna try to go
encourage
over.
her
She's gonna
with
try to.
a howl, and then I look at her and be like, "You've got this, Echo. Keep trying. It's what I had to do to get to this form, as you see."
Echo, from the ground, you look over and you see your parents. Your mother trying to take a step forward. Your father stopping her. Thois standing next to Scarlet in wolf form. Lord Baron comes from behind you and looks down at you and says to you in a whispered voice,
Be one with the river. Echo. One with the river.
I
Let
need you
go of
to
all those thoughts. Let go of all those thoughts, Echo. You've got this.
roll another athletics check for me, please.
Get 21.
You get inspired. Prince Baron has pushed these words as he helps you up, puts his head underneath you, giving you something to hold on to as you try to get up. Now, this river is fast moving. It's not a calm moving river. And you probably have about 60 to 70 feet of water at fast moving current in front of you. And it's very jagged. It's very slippery. And you take another step as Prince Baron steadies you, and as you take a step forward, you start to take steps forward, and you start to look around, and you see the nature that's around you. You feel the breeze on your face, and feel the breeze and the current of water. You look down and you see the fish swimming in the water. Roll another athletics check for me, please.
13.
You take another step. As you continue to take these steps, you all of a sudden kind of slip, but you catch yourself. From the distance, you hear Prince Baron.
Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself.
As you do this, you begin to close your eyes and you listen. You hear the chirping of birds, the sound of a hawk in the air as it circles around, the flow of the water, the antlers of deer and of other animals rubbing against the wood, crackling of leaves as animals are running. Scarlet, you know what this is. This is a very druidic form or a druidic thing of becoming one with nature. Your uncle, Prince Baron, having this background, is using this as a technique, and you know this. He's using this as a technique to find inner strength and inner peace of oneself, of finding a sense of purpose and of a sense of drive. I just got your message. No, I don't want you to do that. So don't do that. So you know this is a druidic thing. Scarlet. This is a very druidic thing. Joyce lays down and you start to hear him kind of whisper a prayer in druidic form. Echo, I need you to make another roll for athletics check.
May I also join Thois in the prayer as well?
Absolutely. You may.
Well,
Okay, you take another step. You slip. But again, catch yourself. As you fight this current that's kind of pushing you, you start to fight the current. You start to fight what you're doing. And you're starting to try to walk in a way that you're in control. What do you do?
I remember what they said, and I try to relax and go with the flow of the river again.
Echo, do not fight it. One with the river.
As you move forward, you continue to move forward. And as you do so, Joyce and Scarlet see you start to emit a light. You start to emit a bright light. As you start to relax, as you start to become one as you flow with the river, and instead of going across, you start flowing with it down to here. Prince Baron is close by, walking next to the river as you continue to move with the river. Again, you close your eyes and you feel the gentle breeze. And all of a sudden, you just hear quietness in the flow of the river. What do you do?
I continue to try to cross the river with the flow of it.
Okay. You continue to move forward. You continue forward with it. You hear in the background your mother and father talking. But you catch one word as you try to cancel that out and focus back on the river.
She's starting to believe. She's starting to believe.
As you start to move forward, you start to take steps in the direction at an angle across the river. I need you to roll another athletics check for me.
5.
No.
That is the lowest I can get with my athletics.
You take a step.
Oh, she rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm. You take a step, and as you take a step, you splash into the water and you slip. Joyce and Scarlet, hearing the sound, immediately look up. Mother and father looking over. Mother. Echo,
Yes.
you look behind you. And you start to see a sight that you have never seen before in your life. You see Prince Baron walking on this water on top
Huh?
as a stallion, a white stallion. across this water. Over to you.
Do not
Back
quit.
to Echo.
Do not quit. Believe. You must believe. Get up. Get up, Echo.
Now, Echo, your Echo is starting to feel a sense of instead of frustration and anger and despair, she starts to focus on closing her eyes and focusing on one image in particular. You're back home. This is the image that you see. You're back home. Back in Daggerfell. Your mother holding you as a baby, as an infant. In a room with a balcony. Sunlight beaming through the windows. Some morning breeze, a morning ocean smell comes in through your window. Your father walks into the door, embracing your mother. They both walk to the balcony, you in their arms, and they embrace each other. I need you to roll an athletics check with advantage.
Oh. 18? Dos? Haha, we're going with the 18.
So you get up. You're able to push through. As you are able to do this, you come to the edge of the river. As you come towards the edge of the river, you splash onto the riverbank. And Lord Baron or Prince Baron comes up right next to you.
You have the power, Echo. The strength. The heart. The heart of a queen. The heart of a warrior. And the heart to truly know who you are. You are strong, compassionate, understanding. You're an iron blade. Be an iron blade. Do not let others conform you to a way they feel that you should be. Do not sit here and think that you are nothing. We are strong. You have the power.
And as you do so, Prince Baron points and towards a pile of wood that's stacked across the river over here. And he tells you,
Focus on that image. Focus on that image of your parents. Of love, of compassion, and of strength. And you turn around.
You turn around and you point yourself in the direction of this wood pile. Where they're looking at. Now Thois is looking in this direction as well, along with Scarlet. And I want you to roll a d20 with advantage, and I want you to add 6 to it. You think of this image.
19 for both.
Yeah, you think of this image. And as you think of this image, you find a sense of peace inside. Find a sense of strength. Power. And you take a breath. And Scarlet, from across the riverbanks, you see Echo let out a giant roar, and from her mouth, a giant flame is shot out and ignites the pile of woods on fire in a controlled blow. What do you do?
To both of us.
We'll come back to Scarlet because I think she's. For those of you who don't know, she has COVID, so I think she has COVID, so she's coughing probably right now. Scarlet or Echo, what do you do?
My bad.
Actually, okay, we'll go back to Scarlet. Scarlet, what do you do?
So my bad. I thought it was. So I was gonna say, because I can't jump over, which I shouldn't actually technically. So what I'm
No,
gonna
you
do
cannot
is
jump over.
I yell across the river and say, "Good job! I knew you had it in you." And I apologize for abandoning you because of what has happened to me in the last little bit. You deserve this. And I can't wait to see you use that in battle against Lord Madrir.
Madrir. The R roll.
Madrir. There you go.
Madrir. Madrir.
Oh my god.
Echo, what do you do?
I just look back at Scarlet with the biggest smile ever.
As you do this, both of you see Prince Baron rear up in the air and bolt to the mountaintops. This way. What do you do?
Going back across the river.
Well, you can fly over because you have wings, remember?
Oh yeah, I want to fly over
So-
the river.
Okay.
That's a lot easier. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
you fly over. Okay. You're back with Scarlet and Thois and your parents. Your parents walk up to you. Your mother being embraced by your father. And they smile. And they dissipate in front of you. What do you do? Just the three of you now.
I wonder, light of my life, or Echo. I wonder where Baron went. Do you have any idea? Any of you?
Lord Baron will always be close by.
Is he finally at peace?
His purpose has been fulfilled. help guide the Order to their full potential. You, Echo, were that final piece. You had it in you this whole time. You only needed to unleash it. But most importantly, you only had to believe you could do it.
And as he does this, he howls in the air. Khaleesi joins suit with him. Here are growls, or roars. What do y'all do?
To be honest, I feel like they're gonna end up tying me up again.
I'm not gonna let them this time. Because now you have the power to intimidate them. Just please don't do it in the Druidic lands. Even though I understand you can control it, but
I'll try.
please don't do it there.
I'll try my best.
But are you ready to go turn? I'm gonna say it wrong again.
Middir.
Midrir. Shall we get Lord Midrir? Are you ready to burn him to a crisp?
Is it cold? It was the water cold bullets.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
cold.
so the Echo is most likely shivering.
Well, you did start a giant pile
Yeah,
of
but it's
wood
across
on
the river.
fire. Yeah, you were just there though.
Yeah, but like, you think she's gonna dry within 5 seconds?
Yes, she would. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were heated with the fire and stuff. It would have, yeah.
Well, I
From from a distance, on a hilltop, on the very, very top, you hear
I love this song.
you hear a neighing noise, a horse neighing noise. As you look up, you see a stallion in the moonlight on the hilltop as it rears up in the air. Its eyes glowing blue in color. And it looks down at you three. It rears up one more time. And then it turns and runs in the other direction. And this is where we're going to take a quick, short little break. We'll be right back after this short break, and we'll see you very soon. All right. Sorry, folks. Give me 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be coming back to our scene. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump on in back to our live screen. So Miss Scarlet and Miss Echo, you are currently right now. Now at a point. Find it.
You okay?
This one. There it is. Woo. Okay. At this point, Lois looks over at you, Scarlet, and winks. Looks over at Kiara. Looks over back at you. And bolts back in this direction. Kiara follows suit and Khaleesi follows him.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
I already know what you guys are gonna do. I already know what you guys are gonna do.
Cue to go. But I'm really proud of you, Echo, and I hope you're not mad at me.
Gee, why would I be?
You and Echo follow suit and start to run
I'm gonna
into
hurt my cat.
in the forest. Now, Echo, you have a different appreciation for the nature now. You are spiritually connected now, a little bit more intense when it comes to what's running around. As you run, you see a difference of the atmosphere. You see the atmosphere of peace, of calmness, of essentially a point where you are relaxed as you run through. You don't hear you don't feel, like, I don't know what's going on or anything, but you feel more one with nature, or with your atmosphere that's around you. You feel more connected. You feel more in tune with your atmosphere around you. And as you guys continue to run, Thois lets out a howl ahead of you, and he looks back at you too. What do you do?
I just do whatever Curly's doing. She's just kind of enjoying the nature at the moment, so she's just waiting.
Okay. Scarlet, what are you doing?
Scarlet is muted.
I know.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
You're fine. What do you do?
Okay, so repeat what happened.
You, Thois kind of looks back at you.
Okay.
Kind of like with a grin on his face. And then howls in the air. So what do you to do? Echo say she's pretty much following suit with what you do.
Are you gonna come back to the castle, Echo?
She needs to. I was hoping she was gonna howl.
I'm really just
I was
here
hoping
to
she was gonna
follow you,
howl.
to be honest.
Okay, you could follow me on one condition.
Yes.
You go to your own chambers. Please and thank you.
Well, at least first, before you guys go do your thing, can we maybe practice the fire a bit more?
Of course. Of course we can. And when I meant by angry at you is because Thoris is far enough away, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, I thought you might have been angry at me because I haven't been there for you in a bit, and seeing you climb through those water in the river like that, hell, I haven't done that in a long time. We did that training for quite a while when we were young. And I loved how Prince Baron was the one who showed you, because I know you were very upset at him, which I can see your perspective. But the reason why I wanted to make sure you were okay is because, I mean, I did kind of hit you with Moonbeam and you and Rayla, and I also didn't invite you to the Druidic wedding. But I get... Yeah, and with the whole Moonbeam and me being hormonal right now and trying to keep that hidden from Thois, it's really, really hard.
Hey, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. And I get there's been a lot on your plate. Haven't really been focusing on much of what I've been needing, to be honest. I've mainly been trying to figure out how to get rid of this mark, and also how to use my powers. And I've really mainly been focused on what to do with you, or not knowing what to do at all. But it's fine, really.
Well, let me go and accompany Thois, because you know men. Rolls eyes.
Well,
Hey.
Aww.
You know men in their ways. I'll be back in a bit and we can definitely train. And do you like tea?
Yeah, but can you leave Kiara down here? I kind of want to hang out with her.
Well, you're not at the
okay.
castle yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Kiara's back. Wait, isn't she? I thought she was with us though.
She is, but she's in with
she's
Thois.
up in front.
Oh, okay. So why don't you come back to the castle and I'll ask Thois.
Alright.
I'll also see if he'll allow Kiara, because I unfortunately cannot give her orders.
I know.
So, I think she'd be okay with it, but at the same time, but I'll be back and we could totally train. And if you want Kiara around, that helps you keep calm, and Khaleesi can come too.
Alright. Well, let's head back to
Alright.
the castle all the way, and then we can figure that out.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way back to the castle. You run past the guards, and you currently make it up to the steps. As you make it to the steps, here you go. Ooh, okay. See one person on the balcony as your three are running back in. And you look up and you see Rayla.
Jeez.
Oh no.
However, Rayla looks down at you and Thois looks up. Rayla looks down. And Echo, Rayla smiles at you.
That's a first. I whispered to Echo.
Is he sick? Is she sick?
Maybe. I want to get that checked. We better check on yours too. Wait. Do you see a rope anywhere?
Oh no.
Wait.
So
I got an idea.
we're gonna
Can we tie her up?
while they're talking, we're gonna roll and see if
Can we
yeah,
seriously
okay.
do that?
So,
As
no, you can't.
revenge?
Yeah, no, I'm just explaining to them what's happening on my side because you guys don't see this right now. So
Oh.
Okay.
go ahead, keep going. So what we're doing is we're gonna roll and
Is there
see.
any rope around us that we can see?
Do you have any rope?
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, I have rope in my inventory.
So he knows what happened. Rayla does. Rayla knows what happens. With her spiritual background that she has and her celestial background that she has, she knows what happened. She knows about the
So-
druid ways and stuff like that.
Just heard weird
So-
scream.
No, there's no rope behind him.
I
However,
have rope in my inventory.
Rayla takes her rope that she has in her pocket with a smile still on her face and drops it to the ground on the floor below her.
That's first.
And she turns and walks back into the castle.
Oh, she walks?
She walks back into the castle.
Echo. Let's grab the
So
rope.
at this point, what happens is Thois starts to walk up the stairs and Scarlet follows suit. Kiara
Let's tie
stays-
Rayla up.
I know what you were thinking, and that's not gonna happen.
Oh, come on.
Kiara stays behind. And the next day, you and her spent some time training out in the woods where you guys were before. And then you hear a distant bell in the background. And that is where we're going to end our spirit walk for tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and stay on the screen that we're at and just jump over to our recap instead. It's just going to be a lot easier because I know she's on a time crunch and it's going to be a lot easier to do it this way. So we're going to go ahead and start our recap song as well as our image. And we're going to go ahead and just go right into our recap from here.
You might want to check your
So,
DMs, bullets.
I saw that and I am ignoring it for good reasons. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. So
I'll tell you
you know what?
after.
Fine. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
It's gonna make it fail no matter what.
Okay, so what do I gotta roll here, sir?
Strength check.
Oh no.
Do a strength check.
Not the saving throw, right? Like the actual.
Strength check. The strength check. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Sorry.
Oh,
No.
come on.
Sorry.
It wasn't
failed.
for the echo version, but you know, I had a different thought in my mind. Oh, there's echo.
You definitely failed. Sorry.
Look at mine.
You definitely failed.
I rolled 2.
Well, I mean, you rolled a 2, but do you know what Thois's strength is?
No, I said that I rolled an 11 and a
You know what?
23.
We'll do it. We'll do it. It's a 19, so you failed. Anyway, he has a plus 9, so just to let you know,
I have a plus 4.
he has a plus 9.
Hey, I was doing it for different reasons. I wasn't doing it for Rayla's reason. But
Oh, I
okay.
know exactly why you were doing it, Miss Curly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this last little bit and just do a recap real quick. Echo,
Yes.
kind of walk us through what that experience was like for you, and then we'll jump over to
Amazing.
Scarlet as well. But walk us through like what made it amazing, what
Okay.
were the good parts and things like that, and why do you
No,
feel it
wait,
helped?
Before I even explain why it was amazing, why do you think you're not the best DM? Like, you're amazing, so hush. Anyways, it was amazing. It's definitely something never done before that I've ever done, at least. Like making Echo kind of do a druidic thing is actually something that was very enjoyable for me, because I'm kind of just used to being like kind of like the cleric, kind of like a healer, not really much going on there. But it was definitely fun to kind of experience more of a druidic type of thing other than it. And like her parents also being there was very fun, because like that's something she's been actually really wanting since like it felt like everyone else was meeting their parents and stuff like that. For her, she kind of was just wanting the sense of being able to see her parents again, and she thought it would never happen, so it was very enjoyable for her.
Good.
But I was just waiting for Scarlet to jump into the water.
I felt the same way because like I said, she hasn't really supported you lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, I instead of Baron doing it, I would have rather Scarlet, but I also understand why, and the viewers also know why. But
Yeah.
aside from Thoy stopping her, looking at it now, it makes the most sense for Baron to do it, because you were the only one, I think, to my knowledge, correct me guys with this, but when Baron first appeared, Prince Baron appeared, I believe Rayla wanted to smite him, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. Echo was really the only one that was angry about it,
I was very on guard and angry about it, for
Yeah.
sure.
which I found is interesting, because then you've got Scarlet, who you would think would be the worst out of anger, and no, because her father told her that there's good in him.
Well, to be honest, the main reason why I kind of did that was because I was kind of remembering what I know about her past. And Echo has very bad trust issues since she lived on the streets most of her life, or like all of her life. So, like, it was kind of the most reasonable thing that I could think of for her to do. But, anyways, yeah, for sure it was delightful to, I don't get why our DM keeps saying that he's not the best.
Because I'm not. There's better DMs than me.
Got it. I will try again next session to tie up Thois, if you keep saying that you're not a good DM.
Can we tie up Rayla though? Like, can we turn the tables? Like,
We will have to
me
do
and-
a strength battle between the two of you, but yes.
yes.
Strength is actually really poop.
My strength isn't bad. It's a +4.
Yeah, mine's +2.
But I
But kinda-
also wanted to
kinda-
talk to Bolts about something after this. But
Kind of talk us through though for your character though. This was how did this help her?
it definitely opened her eyes about some things, for sure. Like kind of what she needs to do. But there is something I want to talk to you about in private later about if that's okay. But we'll talk about that later.
We'll jump over to Scarlet real quick, and then because we got about 10 more minutes left. So, Scarlet, kind of walk us through your thoughts on everything.
I honestly loved it for once, because I understand with the whole book and everything that Scarlet is kind of one of the main people in it. So it was nice to actually see Scarlet step back for once instead of her usual solving it herself. Because I know that Bullets has been trying to get her to not do that. And actually, I should say Thois, technically. Has been telling her this entire time that she can do it. She needs people. She can't do it by herself. And last session definitely taught her that. And even this one. But it also, when you were talking to Echo, it was, honestly, to me, I didn't actually really, truly clue in, being very honest here, how Echo and Scarlet are very similar as well. Not just because of royalty or anything like that. The fact that they both, in a sense, have a very similar backstory. In a sense where they lost their family. Like, I didn't realize how much in common they truly had until this session, funny enough. I don't know why it's just clicking into me now. I also felt like I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of in the chair, slightly out of it due to having COVID, but also just like how she kept going, and just that tension of like her doing better and better, and just that intense. I enjoyed sitting there listening to that. But also I think as well, I think it really developed their relationship again. Because like I said, I feel like they were drifting apart, and I think as soon as Scarlet and Echo started drifting, that's when I realized maybe Echo was starting to get lost. Because realistically, the other two, Eris and Rayla, to be honest, are not supportive, in my personal opinion. They haven't been as supportive to her at all, to Echo. And really it was only been Scarlet, but because of...
Main reason why Echo doesn't trust them.
Well, I mean, they did tie you up, and Scarlet was the only one. And Scarlet was the only one who actually stuck up for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the only one that really went to bat for you and really ended up doing a lot of things for supporting you in order for you to do what you needed to do. We're gonna jump over to the DM side of things, which we don't really do on recaps. We usually have just the viewers and the players.
Solo session, that's why.
It is a solo session. So just for the viewers' standpoints, and these are for the characters too as well. This is the first time I ever did something like this before. I've never done something like this before. I've never done something where it's intensifying roles and having that dictate what the outcome is and everything else like that. It was a brand new experience for me. It was a brand new experience for my players as well. They've never experienced this kind of thing from a DM, I don't think, especially from me, because I've never done it with them. In a sense of, in regards to the reason why I did it and the reason why I had Baron as the main character for doing that scene, Lord Baron is different from Prince Baron. Prince Baron has been a sole person in the group to not a lot of people. He's only been really involved with Eris pretty much until recently, and the reason why I had Lord Baron or Prince Baron do it, it was because of the fact that with Prince Baron, he understands the connection between the spiritual magic and nature, and why that's crucially important for any kind of person, and which is the reason why he was a sole caretaker for making sure that people understood how to connect themselves with their abilities and with their magic. And so that's why I had Lord Baron do it. The stallion and the unicorn and the white represent power, peace, and unity. That's the whole point of a white stallion unicorn. And that's why I chose him to have that kind of shape. Now, Scarlet and Thois are a couple, but Thois and Scarlet have been raised in the area of Duskfall, and their original descendants were from the wolves. And so that's why for Thois and Scarlet, their form was pretty much set. Dragonborn was pretty much the same thing as well. But I didn't have anything for Baron, and when I was doing the session and planning it out, it was like, I gotta find something for him specifically. I gotta have something for him that's going to signify something in particular, and that's why I came up with the white stallion or the white unicorn stallion, primarily because of that aspect. He is essentially a powerful figure who's gone through a lot in his life, and is dedicated to try to help others to get to his point, or to their true calling. Now, Echo, Lord Baron has seen, or Princess Baron has seen, Echo struggle, and so has the other characters. Now, Thois knew the only way that he was going to be able to help her was to reach out to one person he knew could do it, who had done it before, which was Prince Baron. And that's the reason why Prince Baron was the one that was doing this, and that's why it was so crucially important to have figure out how it is. Now, the reason why the necklace and the cook and everything else like that was because this is in the town of Earthlone where this whole thing happened, and the robe that you saw, nobody went into depth into it, because nobody asked about it. But the robe was because it's from the dark entity group, or the dark magic group that was trying to help cast this entity out. Once the group was originally disbanded at the time of Eris's family's death, there's still some group members that were raised in the art of trying to understand it and try to reason with it. Essentially, researchers on the dark magic, and this parent was a part of that group. He ended up proceeding back into the service of the king, or the service of the house, and when his son went away, it was very hard for him because he knew he was fighting the dark magic. But he kept the amulet, or the necklace that he had, which subsequently was a part of that ritual when they tried casting it. And so a part of Baron was in that amulet, which is how Lord Baron came to be. Prince Baron has multiple pieces of his soul spread out when he casted this dark magic, and that's the whole point of this. So he has different ways that he can kind of connect to different things into different scenarios that these characters go through. Again, majority of this stuff was all improv, just because of the fact that I wanted the characters to kind of dictate how it went, and how it played out. I did know that I wanted to have Echo try to focus on trying to get more connected with her character, which is why I had her go through that essentially a spiritual session where she was pushed to her limits. But I wanted her to learn how to conjure and how to actually use her ability that makes her an order member, the part of the order. And I knew in order for her to find that, she had to find a sense of peace in herself in order to find her abilities, because right now she had been trying so hard and focusing so hard that as a result she wasn't able to really truly focus on what she needed to focus on, which is why I had it go the way that it did. One of the things that I try to do as a DM is I try to understand my players very well. Scarlet I know pretty well. Majority of the time, I'd say 90% of the time I can pretty much predict what you're gonna do.
Yep.
Pretty much. And the reason why I had Rayla in the end was primarily because, one, I rolled for her, but two, she also knows the druidic background. She has a druidic knowledge background.
I didn't know that.
She does. Well, she knows about druidic practices. She's not druidic, but she knows about the druidic practices.
Yeah.
And so she knows what Baron was doing. And so when she saw them return, that's why she was smiling, because she knew what happened. She knew exactly what kind of spiritual ritual she was going through. The reason why she dropped the rope was because of the fact that she doesn't need that rope anymore, because she knows that Echo can finally control what she's wanting to do and control that she has the abilities that she has and be able to use it in the right manner. That's the reason why she dropped the rope. And it's those subtle hints that I try to give those characters, to where it provides more of a lead on to the next session, or lead on to the next episode that we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up there. Can
I say one more thing? Sorry, before I missed something, if it's okay.
Yes, go right ahead.
I'll be honest though too, which I didn't say earlier, is I personally don't think, and correct me, Echo, with this.
Yep.
I feel like if Scarlet wasn't there, I feel like you wouldn't have done it. Like I feel
saying
like
it
that.
would have gotten a complete different way. For sure.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
she
might
was
have
there in
done-
Thwaites too.
It would have gone a completely different way, and the reason why
It
is
definitely
because of the fact that Scarlet was more of a support figure for Echo.
Yeah.
Now Scarlet wanted to jump in and help, but it was going to end up happening to where she was going to get stopped by Thwaites.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's because Thwaites knew that this is something that she had to do on her own. She can't be the one kind of keep helping her anymore. She has to let her do it. And that was the
But-
whole point of it. So-
Echo probably would have done something similar to it, but it definitely would not have gone that way. It would have taken a lot more convincing, for sure. Her uncle, Echo might not trust her, like, Baron at all, but she trusts Scarlet quite a bit. So she's gonna do what Scarlet thinks is best, but, like, she'll be skeptical about it for sure.
Yeah, because I think
Absolutely, yeah.
overall, yeah, and I was gonna say even throughout the whole entire sessions in general, which made me think too, is I think out of everyone for Echo, I think really it was Thwaites at the very beginning before you met Scarlet, and now it's both.
Yeah.
So both of them are basically almost like, I guess it is your idol, sort of.
They're kind of like sibling/parent type of figures because, you know, she doesn't really have her parents around much. It would be more of a family member type of view from
Yeah,
her.
it was to say
I
it's
agree.
more of a, the mindset is that she is relying on them for guidance more, and how she needs to do things in life. Most importantly, her abilities and her way of being able to do things that she needs to do to fulfill her duty. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and go to our ending screen. I hope you all enjoyed the content you saw today. I hope you enjoyed the lead on that we have for the next session. We will have our session tomorrow at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Rogue Energy, AK Racing, and W Energy. If you have any products or any things that you need from them, make sure you use the promo code Bullets29. Get 10 to 15% off your purchase. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a good night.